Hello guys, it's Adam12345 here, and today I'm going to be talking about Black Ops 2 Zombies ideas. These are ideas that have been floating around in my head for, a while now, and I've just been wanting to, talk about them, and what better time than about a week till the game's launch, because this is like DLC content. It's almost a map that I want them to create. They probably won't create it. I mean, I'm such a minor YouTuber that they probably won't listen to me, but it's just a little nice thing for you guys to, imagine some picks that, I believe they should put in, a map that I really want to see, and maybe this map is feasible since, it links a lot within this story. Alright. This has nothing to do with the new characters in transit. We don't know if the old characters will return in Nuketown, but will definitely return in DLC. I think the story will alternate between this band of survivors, since the Earth's been destroyed after Moon by Maxis's rockets. So we're going to be alternating, in my opinion, through DLC. One map is this band of survivors, then the next map is, Takeo, Dempsey, Samantha, Nikolai, our cast of original characters, and just keep alternating between them, for the story's sake and, our fans' sake, because we really do want our original characters back, and they're not going to ignore that, and I believe, Jimmy Zelensky, the cool guy, he knows that the original characters, are a huge part of the story. That's why a lot of people are invested in Zombies, just because of these characters and the strong personas. Alright. So this map takes place directly after the events of Moon and the events of Transit are happening. This has the original characters, and after they've, experienced the events of Moon, they try teleporting back to Earth, to, defeat Richtofon's plan and all that. But by accident, the teleporter, of course, malfunctions as it always does, and it takes them to a 935 secret station within the International Space Station. So they're in, a tight, it's alrightly sized, space station, so, that wouldn't make such a good map if it's that small, but you'll have to wait till later to find out what happens. So, they're in this space station, the first room, imagine it, right? There are no barricades or anything, because this is a space station, this is what I was thinking. Alright, so, they've already got their spacesuits on from Moon, and now the game is gonna force you to wear your spacesuit, right? I know this seems a bit weird, but I'll tell you why in a minute, because you'll need your spacesuit on, right? Okay, so the airlocks and everything are broken, and you won't be able to be dragged out or anything because of your spacesuits. And in real life, maybe that wouldn't happen, but this is Zombies. We've got a fiction here, and there's no air in the facility. But instead of barricades, the zombies' corpses from Moon are being reanimated again through the 115, and they're being brought up through these wrecks in the ground from the missiles, ripping past the space station. So these are these holes in the ground of the space station, and these zombies are coming through it in the starting room. There's a telepad, there's quick revive, and all that. So the telepad, of course, turns off, and you have to link it, like, like the Reese, like Moon. But, so, this telepad's here, this round thing, so you open the door, and there's quite a few ways around, but it's a pretty small station. So, I think there's going to be two versions of each machine, and I'll tell you why, right? So up here we've got all the perks, our standard perks, our new perks that we've got from Transit, all our perks are here, right? And so, we're traveling from room to room, we turn on the power, but here's the twist, right? This space station is small, right? So, there's not much gameplay variety here, and, there's a little trick I've been thinking of, the wonder weapon should be a gravity gun where you can make the zombies, go back down into the holes, like, kill them almost like a gravity gun, and a bit like the VR11's effect, you can make your teammates invincible and stuff, like that. Not a very lethal wonder weapon, just called the gravity gun. So maybe it makes you bounce higher, maybe it helps you when you're trapped against zombies, who knows, right? So imagine that gun. It's not very really good atmosphere up here. You're gonna be trapped. It's gonna be, zombies everywhere. But this was the purpose, right? Once you've turned on the power, a new section will open. Once you've opened this section, it's going to be 5,000 points, because you're going to get a crucial part of the Easter egg, and this is the focusing stone. Right, the focusing stone broke off the pyramid because of the pressure, right, and Richtofon's still in it, but he's trapped in the pyramid, which he really likes, because he wants to control the zombies. But, like, a piece of the focus stone broke off, so you need that focusing stone's power for something, right? Why I said there's a space shuttle now in this room that you opened, you can take the space shuttle down to Earth. and you will land in a jungle type place like Shangri-La, a foresty type place in a 935 outpost, right? So you're in this 935 jungle outpost, and there's gonna be like, I was thinking instead of dogs, maybe jaguars, or like the little monkeys, maybe ocelots or something that take your power ups or something like that, or because I didn't really want to bring like the napalm zombie or anything like that, although they are cool. So these little forest creatures, and stuff, maybe raccoons or whatever, right? So just add a little bit of gameplay variety, but this is the main Easter egg. You're going to be alternating between the space station and the ground force because Maxis wants to keep Samantha safe because he's overpowered, and she has, because she's kept him alive in the computer. So what you're going to do is you're going to try and rework like a vril generator, like Richtofen did on Moon with, those two plates in the starting room of Moon and the Golden Rod. You're going to try and start one with this piece of the Fox Stone. So you alternate between different rooms, from the space station and the Earth, and then finally you go back to the space station, you've got the parts, and, there's been dialogue, there's been Samantha, things have gone wrong. So Samantha puts this in without knowing her father's plan. She puts this piece of the Focusing Stone in, and then straight away the player, who is Samantha, will flash into the Aether and see what the Aether looks like for about 5 seconds, because we've always wanted to see this Aether since Doris, right? The Ascent to Aether, the whole thing right there in Doris. So you teleport back to the Earth straight away for an unknown reason, and there the player, the player who Samantha's unnoticing, and then all the players look at him, and a man's voice speaks, and it's Maxis. Maxis had wanted to keep his daughter safe, so he teleported places with her, trapping her in a machine, keeping her safe, whilst he combats Richtofen and wants to destroy Richtofen's grand scheme. I thought that'd be a really cool Easter egg, we get to finally play as Maxis, right, and then the original cast is set, ready to destroy Richtofen. Alright, Richtofen's obviously going to be in your schemes, and I thought it'd be pretty cool and scary if randomly Richtofen flashes and hits you, every time you do a step of the Easter egg or something, or he screams, or he says, "No, no, no, 9, I won't let you do this plan." I know that was a terrible Richtofen impersonation, but, something like that. Right, so yes, that was, the whole story element. I'll just talk about a few gameplay elements I've been wanting. I've seen the Pack-Punch Fusion idea. If you haven't seen it, just type in Pack-Punch Fusion, you'll find it. I like it, but, I think it complicates zombies too much. I think what Syndicate's, idea, a lot of people in the community asked, is the Pack-Punch 2.0, right? The Pack-Punch 2.0 is something that we've always wanted. Right, the Pack-Punch 2.0 is something that we've always wanted. So you can pack punch twice. You're gonna like have, say if you, for example, MPL isn't the game, but you put in MPL, it turns into MPLF, right? A pack punch version. You pack punch it again, and the camo turns gold or silver, or something really nice, right? And it's, double pack punched. So, because, after like round 30, after round 35, I've been to round 40 myself. There's nothing you can really do but use Ray Gun and Thunder Gun or the Wonder Weapon, because there is no gameplay variety. If you use, say, a Commando pack punch, it's not going to do any damage towards them. Even if you go on Spider Bite from NGT, he was playing at like round 100 or something. He said the Ray Gun was useless. So we want, we want to use these guns at round 40. We don't want them to be overpowered. It still wants to be challenged, but I do want to be able to use, let's say, a Pack Punch Commando at round 40. So that's my idea. As a new perk, I'm not really good with inventing perks. I mean, the only perk I could think of, which a lot of other people have thought of, is being able to dual wield, say, if you have one MP5K and you have a Python in overhand or something, you can dual wield any 2 weapons in the game. I thought that'd be a cool perk, but I don't know how that would be implemented or something. But I'd leave it up to Treyarch or someone else for the perks. But that's just a map idea I was thinking of, guys. Another, I've always liked the idea of Scavenger and VR11 in Call of the Dead, because there's a lethal wonder weapon and a non-lethal wonder weapon. I've talked about the gravity gun. Maybe there could be something like a modified ray gun, a prototype of a ray gun, a bit like a Zap gun, but it corrodes zombies or something. The Corroder would be a pretty cool name for it, or like a ray gun that fires acid. But that's just my scrap ideas for a pretty cool new map in DLC map in Black Ops 2, Orbit. It's not official, but it'd be pretty cool if they actually made it. Alright guys, I'd appreciate if you leave a like or favorite or a dislike if you didn't like the video. Comment some good things, some criticism. I'm new to YouTube, so I'd like it. Alright guys, this was Adam1234 5's Zombie Ideas for Black Ops 2, and I'm out.